Multiplication of negative 1. You can multiply by negative 1 whenever there is just a negative sign, such as negative a. We can put a negative 1 between the negative and the a, so become negative 1a. Okay, so we have some examples then. So negative, and then in parentheses, x minus y plus 3. Well, we can put a 1 between the negative and the parentheses. We can put a 1 after the parentheses and right before the x. We can also put a 1 after the negative and before, or pardon me, I should say, before the y. And let's try to distribute in this case. So this makes it a bit easier. Negative 1 times negative 1x, well, there we go, negative 1 times negative 1x. And then we can go negative 1 times negative 1y, well, that would give us negative 1 times negative 1y, and negative 1 times positive 3 also. We got to simplify them, agreed? So simplification, negative 1 times 1 will give us negative 1x. And negative 1 times negative 1y, well, 1 times 1 is still 1. Negative times a negative, it becomes a positive. And therefore, it's a positive 1y. Negative 1 times 3 is 3. Negative times a positive gives us a negative 3. So we have negative 1x plus 1y minus 3. Do keep in mind, there is where our 1 came from, and as well as the 3. Through the simplification of 1 times 1 on both cases at the left side, and 1 times 3 on the right side. We can't simplify any further other than just getting rid of the 1. Just state we have a negative x plus y minus 3. Okay, let's try the next example. We have negative z minus 2. Okay, so after the negative signs, except for at the negative 2, we can put a 1 in between it. So between the negative and the parenthesis signs, and between the negative and the z, we can put a 1. And now let's distribute the negative sign. Okay, we have a negative 1 times negative 1z, and then negative 1 times negative 2. We simplify, negative times a negative in both cases will give us a positive. 1 times 1 is 1z, and 1 times 2 is 2. So there is our answers. Notice that in the case of 3g, we can add a 1 between the negative and the g. But in this case, 3 minus 1g will not be able to simplify any further than that. So in reality, 3 minus g is as simplified as it's going to get. Okay, so are the following true? We have a minus v equals b minus a. We can also do a division. A divided by b equals b divided by a. So in reality, all we need is one case to show that it's false. For example, we have 2 minus 4 equals 4 minus 2. Is this a true statement? Well, let's see. 2 minus 4 gives us negative 2. 4 minus 2 gives us positive 2. Agreed? Are they the same? Nope, they're not the same. One's positive, one's negative, right? It's not the same as having $1 in a bank account versus having, or missing, or owing, I should say, $2 in a bank account. Agreed? They're not the same. Okay, how about division then? Is 2 divided by 4 the same as 4 divided by 2? Well, 2 divided by 4 is 0.5, or equivalent of 1/2. 4 divided by 2 gives us 2, right? Well, they don't seem to be the same either. So they're definitely not the same. So whenever we're moving terms around or within our expressions, be careful with those signs. For example, the negative belongs to that b or d negative 4 at the left side. So to make it correct, we should have kept it on the negative, or I should say on the v, when it got switched around on the right side. Similar goes to division. The division originally belonged to the v, but on the right side, it switched to being part of the a. Be careful with those.